A very good morning to one and all. Once again, welcome to Geography class. In this class, we are going to see the last topic of this chapter. So I request you, please focus on that. And today we are going to summing up of this chapter. Chapter number 1, Resources and Development. Topic number 8, in that we are going to see about the classification of soil, soil erosion and soil conservation. I request you, please focus toward the following points. First, in this presentation, we are going to discuss about the classification of soil, and we will see about how the soil erosion is and the soil conservation. In our previous part, we had seen the resource chapter fully. In that we have seen about the definition of resource, classification of resource, why the resource planning is done in India, then the different factors which are talking about the land, the utilization of land, and so many other things. Now in this topic, classification soil, we are going to discuss about the 6 major types of soil. I request you, please take out your notebook to copy down the important point from this presentation. First, alluvial soil. In our previous classes also, we have studied about alluvial soil. That means in class 9th also, we had seen about the classification of soil. First, India has a wide relief features, landform, climatic rims, vegetation types, and they contributed to the development of the various types of the soil. This topic already we had covered in the previous presentation. Just to highlight the 6 major type of the soil, the India's major soil type. In a key feature you can see about the greenish part which talk about the forest and mountain soil. Then the light greenish part, alluvial soil. The reds and yellow soil, black soil with the grey one, and laterite with the reddish, and arid with the yellow. So I request you, from this map there will be a 1 marks of map work question, in that any part of India is going to be highlighted, and there will be clue given in the question paper, a type of a soil, and you have to identify which type of soil it is. So let's move to discuss on the each type of soil present in India. Alluvial soil. This is the most widely spread and important soil. In fact, the entire northern plains are made of alluvial soil. These have been deposited by the 3 major rivers, that's the Indus, Ganges and Brahmaputra, and all the depositional work, so that the northern plain has been formed. The alluvial soil, as we had seen in the map where it is present, you can go through it. I am not going to move in detail about this topic, because already we had studied in 9th standard in a detailed way. In that we had seen the classification of Khadar and Bangar also. In previous month only you have written the social science examination, in that there was a classification of Khadar and Bangar was asked in the question paper. So on the basis of what consists is, as we are inland towards the river valley, soil particles appear somewhat bigger in size in the upper reach of the soil valley, near which are common predominant the plains such as Duar, Chos and Therai. Next, this slide is talking about the same point related to Khadar and Banga. What is the meaning of Khadar and what is the meaning of Banga here? So most alluvial soil, that means it is the most fertile soil, which contain the adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, lime, which is ideal growth for sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulses. Due to its high fertility, the region is fully populated densely, and there is intensely cultivation is going on. Next, black soil. So every year it is asked about Write the different features of black soil. These soil are black in color and are also known as regu soil. So these black soil is ideal for growing of cotton. That's why it is also called as black cotton soil. It is believed that the climatic condition along with the parent rock material are the important factor for the formation of the black soil. This type of soil is a typical Deccan trap basalt region spread over the northwest Deccan plateau. These are the area where these soil are found, and it is made up of lava flow. The area is mentioned over here, just like Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. Extend to the southeast direction along with the Godavari and Krishna valleys. Next, the black soil are made up of from extremely fine clay material. They are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. In addition, they are also rich in the soil nutrients such as the calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash, limes, and these soils are generally poor in the phosphoric content. This develop deep cracks during the hot weather condition, which helps in the proper acres of the soil. These soil are sticky when they are wet and difficult to work on unless tilted immediately after the first shower and during the pre-monsoon period. So dear cadets, on this topic the 3 marks question can appear in the examination. Describe any 3 features of black soil. So please make a note of it and write the correct points for it. Next, red and yellow soil. So red and yellow soil develops an crystalline igneous rock in area of low rainfall in the eastern and the southern part of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soil are also found in the part of Orissa, Chhattisgarh, southern part of Middle Ganga Plain, along with the domain zone of the Western Ghat. These soil develop the reddish color due to diffusion of iron in the crystalline and metamorphy. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrate form. Next, laterite soil. Laterite soil has been derived from the word later, which means brick. The laterite soil developed under the tropical and subtropical climate with the alternative wet and dry season. This soil is result of intense leaching due to heavy rainfall. Laterite soil also most deep to very deep acidic, generally deficient in the plant's nutrients and occur mostly in the south state. The reason are Western Ghat, Maharashtra, Odisha, some part of West Bengal and northeast region. Next, where these soil are supports deciduous and evergreen forest, it is humus rich, but under spare vegetation and semi-arid environment, it is generally humus poor. They are prone to erode and degrade due to their position on the landscape. After adopting proper appropriate soil conservation technique, particularly in the hills area of Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, the soil is very useful for growing of tea and coffee. Red laterite soil is in Tamil Nadu. Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are the most suitable for the crop, that is the cashew nut. So dear cadet, moving further to discuss about the next soil, arid soil. So arid soil, the range of the red brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and they are found in the desertic area and saline in nature. In some area the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained from evaporating the water. Due to the dry climate, the high temperature evaporate is faster, the soil lack humus and moisture. The lower horizon of the soil is occupied by the conker because of the increasing calcium content downward. The conker layer formation is the bottom horizon restrict the infiltration of the water. After proper irrigation, these soil become cultivation. That means ready for the cultivatable. Has been seen in the cases of western part of Rajasthan. Next, moving further to see about the forest soil. Forest soil These soil are found in the hilly and mountainous areas which are sufficient rain or forest are available here. The soil texture is very according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and slit in a valley side and coarse grained in the upper slope. In the snow-covered area of Himalaya, these soil experience denudation of, that means the acid, and with the low humus content. That means something is removed from the soil. The soil found in the lower part of the valley, particularly in the river terrace and alluvial fans, are fertile. So, this is the forest and mountain soil. Next topic is talking about soil erosion and soil conservation. This is the very important topic. Let's check out what is given in that. The denudation of soil cover, the subsequent wash down, is described as a soil erosion. The process of soil formation and erosions go on simultaneously, and generally there is a balance between the two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc. While natural forces like wind, glacier and water lead to soil erosion. The running water cut through the clay soil and makes the deep channel as gullies. The figures are mentioned in the textbook. You can please go through that. The land becomes unfit for cultivation. That is going to be called as the bad land. In Chambal Basin, such lands are called as the ravines. So I am highlighting few points here. Please check it out. Sorry for this. Next, we are talking about the different soil conservation method. In that, already we had seen and discussed in our previous classes. That means I am talking about the 8th standard. In 8th standard, already we had seen about the point. Just like the point, sorry, it's not responding for that purpose. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope. In such cases, the topsoil is washed away. So that is going to be known as sheet erosion. Lastly, I will tell you the questions which are going to be part of your annual examination in 2022. In board examination, wind blow loose soil of flat or sloping land known as wind erosion. Soil erosion is also caused due to defective methods of farming, plowing in a wrong way that up down the slope forms the channel for the quick flow of water, leading to the soil erosion. So these are the points which are talking about here. So as in the first part, here we were talking about these gullies. The pointer is highlighting here gullies. What do you mean by gullies? What do you mean by bad land? Please write the question in your notebook. It can be asked for 1 mark. Next, what do you mean by the term sheet erosion? Right? So this is the topic, sheet erosion. Okay? That it was talking about. The highlighter is not working, so I am just leaving it up to you. Now the last point is here, talking about the conservation of the soil. So what are the different steps we can take it? Already these points are discussed in our 8th standard. Let's check out the points. In that following point, already we had seen the point just like contour plowing, shelter belt, terrace farming, or many other. Sorry for that, but still I have to continue with this. Dear cadets, this is the last topic, and in the last topic we are seeing the points. Point, that's a soil conservation. So we can have a shelter belt, we can have a terrace farming, we can have a counter plowing, right? So that the soil can be conserved and preserved. This chapter was focusing on the basic point. The basic point which were highlighted here are: what is the meaning of resource, different types of resource, interdependentship of the resource. The next point was talking about the resource planning and the development of the resources. Sorry for this interpretation, because this is not working properly. Just I want to highlight the few points here. The point which are very important in the terms of annual examination. Dear cadet, really very sorry because the screen recorder is not working, but I request you, by hearing my voice, you can go through it. Lastly, in this topic, we are summing up the following points. The question answers of this chapter you have to do in the notebook. If you are facing any doubt and difficulty, please ask to me. The question which are very important, already I told to you. The generalization already I did number of the time. Each and every class I highlighted the basic point. I am recording these videos from the screen recorder, and today I really sorry for that, because the few points have been missed out. The last point, that the conservation of the soil, that means this point, so again I am highlighting this point so it can be very easy to understand. Sometime the water flow a sheet, that is going to be called as sheet erosion. Wind blow loose a flat off, that's going to be called as the wind erosion. Soil erosion is caused due to the defective methods of farming, plowing in a wrong way, that is also leading to a soil erosion by the water. Next, here are the some measures by which we can conserve and preserve the soil. This is the last slide. Please observe very clearly. Plowing along the counter line can deaccelerate the flow of water down the slope. This is called counter plowing. Steps can be cut out the slope, making the terrace, so is going to be called as terrace farming or terrace cultivation, which restrict the erosion. Western and the central Himalaya have been developed terrace farming. Large field can be divided into strip, that is going to be called as the strip of grass are left to grow between the crops. This break up the force of wind. This method is known as a strip cropping. Next, planting lines of trees to create shelter also work in a similar way. Row of such trees are called as shelter belts. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and in stabilizing the desert in Western India. So dear cadet, these are all the topics which are talking about the safety measures and conservation for the soil erosion. How we can do the conservation of soil. So these are the method. Please note down it. And lastly, I want to thank to each and everyone for watching the video. Till then, be safe and secure at your home. Jane, if you still feel any doubt and difficulty, please contact to me. Please subscribe my channel and like it.